Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
About 6:30.
That's amazing then. Yeah.
So the fact that she made me.
Oops,
That's
that's
nice.
awesome. I don't think I made one round.
I know, and these numbers. These
Oh, my word.
Hello.
How are ya?
Can you use it in a sentence? Can you spell it?
Exactly.
Does anybody use it in a sentence or is this an obsolete word?
Like, what's big
A lot of them, harder ones, like medical or.
Oh, dear.
That's good. That's good with me.
I just think that you got to leave the house tonight.
I know. I left early, actually.
Uh-oh, one of those days.
Me.
Yeah,
I
I
think
have
it's more
those
than
two.
that.
You know who I'm married to.
Mine's not like my wife.
Oh, got it.
Don't like that.
The monitors?
Yes. Not sure why.
Good evening, all. It was 6:30. It's a little cavernous today. All right. Today is Monday, March 11th. This is 6:30. It's our committee of the whole meeting. So what we'll do for consent agenda items, let's jump into the library construction manager contract first. And we have Josh Szymanski from Old Names Kimball here as well. But I'll ask our city engineer, Scott Connors, to lead us off and give us the background for discussion.
Sure, this is a pretty easy item. We were here last month and talked about our recommendation to award the construction management of the library to Old Names Kimball. And so today we're following up with an actual proposed contract. And if you looked at this contract and say, wow, this doesn't look familiar at all, you were absolutely correct, because this is not something that we typically use, this style. But it is tried and tested, and we did have it reviewed by our city attorney and our design team with Pat Callahan from Studio GC, just to make sure that we had everything covered. And we had a couple of iterations go back and forth, and I think Josh and I both agree we're in really good shape now. There was one potential change that was discussed this morning with the mayor that I think is a good one, and that is, it's like on the fourth page, I think it's 1.1.5. It talks about an accelerated schedule. And while it's not necessary for us to put something in there, it certainly helps us to kind of get the point across about our proposed completion date. And we've had lots of good back and forth about that. Josh and I talked today, and he's comfortable with that change as well. To add, is it August 31st?
August 31st, 2026, I think is the date.
And
Which it does spell out another part of the agreement, right, just for visibility purposes, we talked.
I think we're hopeful that we're going to do way better than that even. But we've got a lot of unknowns out there still, so it's kind of hard to make too many promises at this point. So it's a long contract. There's 3 parts to it. I'd love to tell you I know exactly what each of those parts means, but I can tell you that we're comfortable with all of it, and it's been thoroughly reviewed.
I mean,
And Josh Szymanski, I'm sorry, is here from OAK, and I probably should have mentioned that earlier.
yeah, and I'll invite Josh up to the podium if you want for any questions from the commissioners. Not sure what we have. I did read as our city engineer found out. I actually did read through every page. Needed that cure for insomnia this weekend. So,
Yes.
but it is very broad. I do like the agreement. It's very broad and encompassing, and checks all the right boxes for us. So I want to commend not only OAK, but then also Scott for bringing this in front of us, and because it covers the pieces. So, commissioners, any questions for Josh while we have him here?
No, I think just excited to get moving on the library project for sure. It's been a long time coming.
I agree with that, I second that.
We have no votes.
Agree,
It's
yes.
6:30. Thank you. Commissioner, have anything? Okay. So, quick straw vote, how these things work. Coming around, good. This is how we do it long. Hey, we're looking forward.
We'd be happy to be here.
Yeah, you guys did great on the presentation piece, and I think obviously your reputation speaks for itself, and the Kennewood Middle School's building, our school buildings, the state police headquarters for the 6th District, the road commissions in the building, amongst others, but those are just iconic ones that have really started to pop up in Walker that, I was just actually in one of the Kennewood buildings today, and you just look at the work that's done. I haven't had 3 kids go through that building. It's kind of neat to see what it's evolved into. So we're excited about it. For the record, the reason that data's in there, I did read at the library this morning to toddler time at 10 o'clock, and I did, parents were very happy. We'll just say that timeline is what it is. So I'm going to be held accountable for all of us for that timeline. So I'll be that kind of clear on that. And I have witnesses in the room. So. But we're excited.
We're excited as well. We appreciate you guys, and I think we're off to a great start. So
Yeah, super excited for things. So.
Thank you.
Awesome. We're set for the night, Josh, so you're good.
Thank you all.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Thanks.
Yes, maybe while Josh or Scott's here, they could just kind of give kind of a brief update. I know things have not stopped in the meantime for this contract, so if you can maybe give us the commissioners an update of where you are in the schedule, what's been happening the last few weeks, I think would be helpful.
I think it would be unfair to make Josh give that update, so I can jump in and say that once we step into what we're calling the design phase, there's a lot of small subject matter group experts that are getting together to get into real details. And when I mean real details, like what do you want the faucet in the bathroom to look like? You know, like a gooseneck, or the small one, should it be stainless steel, or chrome, or nickel? I mean, we're getting into a vast amount of details, but the folks from Studio GC are doing a really good job in working through that. And Adam Tweedy from OAK has been at most of those meetings to help work through different things. I'm talking about floor coverings and types of ceiling and some of those kinds of things that we really need experts to help us out with. Because a lot of us, you know, our experience when it comes to something like that is our own homes. And so it's really good to get those subject matter experts. And it's kind of fun to watch the construction manager team and the design team work together because they speak the same language, and it moves pretty fast, and it's pretty enriching.
I'm excited. I'd actually seen it shared in the county name. The county has escaped me right now. And I showed us down in North Carolina. I had the privilege last month to be in a building, and it was square shaped, but if you drew it, they had a big atrium courtyard in the middle that was inside. But if you cut that in half, the front part was administrative services for the county, but the back part was a library. And I remembered, bringing even thing back for Scott. That's about all night. But it is exactly almost to a room, the floor plan that is the final draft right now of what that's going to look like. And I was just to be able to walk through and see the open space, but see the activity rooms and see things that we don't have now. And sitting cramped up elbow to elbow in the library this morning, but seeing the layout, the 2-story rectangular shaped, if you will, type of building it brought home some reality for me.
There are so many cool features on this library. We were talking about the other day. It's not like you're going to have just one. There's, one side's got, great features that connect in with the park. The other side's going to have, a cool connection with the city hall and the commission chambers. Then off to the front, you're going to have all glass and, a children's area. It really is going to be many things for many people.
Awesome. Good stuff. Looking forward to getting started with you guys. So thanks again, Josh. Have a great evening and see you soon. Next, let's jump to the City of Walker MDOT contract for Center Drive in Weatherford. And I do understand that we may have a vendor to pick for that. A little background and stuff. So if you want to give us where we're at with this and any other thoughts?
Sure. And any other day or any other situation, this would be a really boring one to review. I have a feeling it might get a little interesting here. For the Center Drive Weatherford Roundabout, we have MDOT has accepted bids for that job. It came in way under budget, which is great news because things are finally leveling out, and we feel pretty good about that. We had a carbon reduction grant for that project of almost $950,000, and the actual low bid for the project was only $885,000. So you might think, well, that's great, the project should be free to us, and it's all grant funded. But unfortunately, the best we can get out of that is an 80-20 split, so we still have to come up with 20% of that. But that means that we're gonna be turning back a considerable part of that carbon reduction grant to the region. And we worked immediately, like the very first day, to start to reach out to say, how can we make sure that that money stays here in our region, even if we can't use it on our job? So it looks like right now that that money is gonna be able to be absorbed by the Rapid, and they'll be able to put that in and help pay for a new bus, or help with the Go Rapids, the smaller bus system there that they have.
Rapid Connect.
Yes, and they just have so many different ways to jump on money like this that none of us other road agencies have. And so it's great to have them there, always willing to help out and collect that money so that we don't lose it. And I think they're kind of excited about it, and Darrell will see a request for that at the next policy meeting. So it's a really good thing, not just for us to save money, but somebody else gets a benefit out of this as well. So the contract itself has been reviewed by the city attorney and the project engineer, and you've got the standard resolution you've seen probably 10 times in the last 2 years attached there that basically says that the mayor's authorized to sign, the clerk's authorized to witness that signature and sign the contract. The one issue that may give some pause is that the contractor that got the job is Amlon, who did the Kinney job. We all had a lot of trouble working through that. The bad news is we don't get a choice on who gets to bid these MDOT jobs. If they're pre-qualified, then they get the job. What I can tell you though is that the president of their company is somebody that does a very good job and has a good reputation. I feel good about that. The foreman that was on our Kinney job was removed from that job at the very end and had to leave the company. So they've tried to fix that situation. They continue to sharpen their pencil on all the bids they've had with us. They've been second bidder a couple of times now. I'm gonna have a nice sit down with them and give them some expectations up front. And we're gonna do our best to give them a chance, and hopefully they'll give us their best effort.
I think the only thing I would have there is just, as you have that sit down, is the encouragement is that their best foot has to be put forward from day one. We don't want to repeat, I won't pile on that, but message just needs to be delivered. Maybe, and I'll look at this as the glass half full. This could be a way for them to work themselves back into good graces. So I got an opportunity to do that on what is a big project, but smaller in scope of some of the other things going on right now. So let's hope they get this right, and we'll hopes on a strategy. So you're going to need to deliver that message for us.
I will deliver the message, and we will hopefully have a good, steady output on this, and be proud of it in the end.
So you should.
Yeah, I think that one thing that maybe could help with that is, instead of doing CPEs, now we do stop orders, so that's something that has a lot more effect on when projects go the wrong way and stuff, so maybe that could help us if we run into those issues again. Do have Anlon working on that 296 project, so hopefully having those two close together can help this summer too.
Yeah, it's very close together.
Yeah, so we can see how it goes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Commissioners, any other questions on that agreement?
No, I did get like a little shiver when you said it was. But I have faith in these guys.
Well, yeah, okay. I think I'm full responsibility.
That's good. All right, we're all good with that at 7 o'clock, coming around with the message being delivered at
Yes.
the initial meeting, so. All right, appointment for the planning commission, Mr. Byrne was just appointed to the ZBA, and because of the unexpected resignation of Mark Davey, who has served for quite some time on the planning commission. I've known Mark for a long time, back to the day the kids played hockey against each other at different high schools. And then Mark, I think the world of him, and just work-life balance right now that he just, I can't keep it. And we have a lot going on, obviously, so we're meeting second, fourth Monday every month, or Wednesday of every month consistently, and I think it's just hitting him bandwidth-wise. So that being said, so he has stepped down. My ask of the commissioners to approve Mr. Byrne going over to ZBA, my long-term plan had been to do that anyway. I didn't expect it would come up this quick. And he'll fill that. And then I have one commitment. I did not want to walk it on tonight because you know how much I love walk-ons to meetings. So we'll wait at the next city commission. We will have one, and that'll give me 2 weeks, about 2 weeks for appointments for CBA to backfill those spots. So that's the background there and why yes, you did just see the name a month ago and join. So, evening. So that being said, Mr. City Manager, anything?
Let's see, just a couple of brief comments. For those of you on the finance meeting, or in the rest of you, just so you know, we have a finance meeting scheduled for next Friday, the 22nd at 7:30 a.m. So we're going to do our first look at the budget. It looks pretty good. Dan will be there providing an overview, and then if there's additional information or you want to hear from other departments or whatever, we'll kind of go from there. I think Dan sent that out to everybody or to you, the finance committee in advance. So if you had a chance or have any questions, come prepared. So we're ready for that. And then last week, some of you were maybe involved in this. We kicked off the branding study of DDA and Nicole was orchestrating that. So really exciting. The consultant we're using spent better part of a day in Stanville meeting with different people who have interest in the area. Took a tour, I think, with the mayor and Nicole and asked a lot of intriguing questions. So she'll be back with some more information and a report probably in a couple of weeks. So good to get that going. That's all I have.
All right, any questions for City Manager? Seems none. All right. Anything else for Manager Commissioner comments? Anything else? No. Commissioner Shane?
Let's see, last week I attended the joint meeting with the Planning Commission, and I still feel that we have some work to go with that project. I feel like we're kind of all over the place and we need to kind of rein everything in. It's kind of, I'll use an example. I feel like we're kind of a gerbil in the cage. We keep running, but we're not making any ground. So I think we need to put a little bit more.
Probably should have updated you for the meeting.
Oh, gotcha, thanks. Probably should.
I think that adequately addressed, I believe.
Okay,
so.
perfect.
Yes.
I mean, it's.
Well said.
Okay, I'm just saying, I know that sometimes, in my work life, sometimes it's really hard to get momentum on a project because there's just so many people who have so many different opinions, and there's a little bit of a, I would say, struggle getting everything to kind of join together. But I think we're capable of doing it, and I know we'll get there. But I just felt that was kind of a tough meeting to sit through. So that's all I'll say.
My understanding, and I did speak with Chris Lee that Friday afternoon, and healthy discussion.
Perfect.
My mind's put more at ease, and I have no doubt the firm that we selected is the firm that's back.
And I agree. I think that, like I said, I think we're very capable. I think Ken is very capable. I think we'll get there. I just think we need to move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Commissioner Chase, anything? Commissioner Gilbert?
Do have just a couple of things. I would agree with Commissioner Shane.
Yeah, quick comments. Agree with Commissioner Shane's comments. There was some room for improvement, and I'm glad that conversations have been happening with our consultant that we're headed back in the right direction. Obviously, we're working on a tight timeline, so it is vitally important that we get the process right because it is something that I've been hearing about quite a bit, and I'm sure our mayor has as well. So looking forward to all of us rowing in the same direction on that. Did have a mineral mining review board meeting. Went really well, I thought. Scott was there. Good overall process. The big takeaway for me was that the Wisniewski pit is getting very close. And of course, we've had some discussions, some things have floated to the top of what could be, but they said probably within the next 2 years they're looking to be done mining. So that puts us on a pretty near-term timeline for the next step, next evolution of what will be on that property. It's in very close proximity to a number of folks that live in my ward of the city. It's near 3 Mile and Bristol for those just for some orientation. Has access to Bristol Road, narrow 2-lane, so it could be some challenges with access. So just a couple sensitive natures that it has access to now as well. So there was work through it, but just something to be aware of, and certainly something that's high on my radar screen. And then my last item is the Waste to Energy Advisory Committee meeting. We talked waste to energy budget, good conversations all around, but I think we still sit in a very uncertain place as it pertains to waste management at large moving forward. And I'll look forward to hearing reports from our mayor and manager on conversations that they have moving forward about what the future looks like.
Well said. Madam Clerk?
I just want to touch on the election that took place, the presidential primary on February 27th. We had about a 27.6% turnout. The majority of those were by absentee vote. I just have to thank all of our election workers. We have great people that we put in our precincts. They do a really good job. All city staff for their support. DPW, big shout out to them. They always set up and tear down our precincts. And then, of course, to the voters who showed up to vote by whatever way they preferred. And then we have heard back from Kent County, so everything goes into a canvas with Kent County. They reported back there were no issues with water, so that's all complete. And then moving forward, May 7th is our next election. This is only for Kenwood Hills and Comstock Park. They have proposals on the ballot, so only precincts 1 through 6 and half of 7. So precincts 8, 9, and half of 7 will not be participating. And then those ballots we actually already have in our office. They surprised us the day after or the 2 days after the election. We're like, okay, let's keep going. Those we plan to mail out next week. No early voting for local. So this will only be by absentee or on election day. And then the next early voting will be the state primary in August.
City Engineer?
I've prepared an 11-minute presentation to fill the rest of the void here. We had a meeting this morning as our department, and we were talking about what we could do to bring the commission up to speed on the different projects that were going on. We try to do every once in a while, we'll do like the top 3 list, and there's the top 3, it's like the top 9. So we're gonna do our best. This might be one of the times where if you do have time to read the staff reports, this should be beneficial moving forward for the year to help bring you up to speed on all the different things that are going on, because it's out of control. And I think we're gonna need everybody's help to spread the word, and it'll be a fun summer, and it'll be a rewarding fall, but we'll try to summarize it this month.
Well said. I have nothing else, I think, on my list, because there's been nothing of significance outside of what's already been shared for the meeting. So we actually will take a 9-minute break before we start our 7 o'clock city commission meeting.
Sorry, I have a little cough.
It seems very official. Yes.
No, how much do we expect to get from the state in terms of funding?
Don't you have an update, Keith?
Update?
Yeah.
What percentage?
I saw him there, so he was at the scene.
Can ask me.
I mean, I will say Jessica will help. I got all kinds of.
Right.
I couldn't see because there's like a car.
That's the only thing I wanted to.
We've been told with this because I had fraud and stuff we had to.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that time.
And we didn't budget for it. We didn't budget for the offset,
That's what
right?
was so hard, like we have, oh, now they say we have to buy this and now.
I'm just thinking finance sheet stuff.
One of our biggest hits that we took was the county. And then Carmel County.
Yeah.
And that was.
Didn't they like early on say they would pay to do that? I thought that was a conversation like initially.
Since there's a new election from.
Okay, so
So the previous election.
Yeah.
Someone's so impatient, they do, and you think, oh, they must.
Here we are. Yeah, and then I just got an email.
Yeah, it was like that. Well, the one in the morning though had a weird.
Yeah.
We're a little, yeah. I mean, that's very good.
Love that for us.
I think it really feels.
Yeah. I am, sorry.
Were you? Thought I recognized. What are you doing?
private savings.
Crazy expensive.
Then you would have really, but yeah, and I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to.
And she's actually.
It'll be busier, but
It is, you know, I don't.
I think we're so wired to operate a certain way.
Facebook made
I think guys,
but I don't make that.
I think the Monday before and the Friday before.
But she's I mean, because if I don't, I ran her home for the meeting, because Corey's gone from.
Get on it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
On next.
Yeah, well, we made choices.
We see all.
you know, I like, not used to morning track, but like,
They have.
I'm sure they.
but
Just
morning track, I know.
I can think of any number.
Oh my gosh.
You know, it's interesting.
And is it worth to do?
You just don't want to
Rest this week, I will have different school groups and kids up here.
Yeah.
And
Anywhere?
That
Well,
was
if you want to go room 31 is going down on one lane, from 28th Street. Yeah, and I'm not going that way.
She wanted to be there.
That's the detour.
And I don't know how impressed I was to get that, but she walked around the whole way, as long as she's got her money, it's all that matters.
Well, I don't.
I don't know if I'm in the right place at the right time or anything. I'm just questioning his approval of seasonal moving it into pops.
And then maybe.
They provide full service. They do everything. They don't just do space and.
Yeah, because you know what, I want to stand next to the phone while I run.
They're
Oh
providing.
my God. I actually have to figure out what I gotta wear.
And you're getting, the thing is that the county.
And that thing. Their new satellite, and they're gonna do everything. They're gonna do surgeries, which I'm all for. They're gonna do medicals, they're gonna do wellness care. You probably did it. And we've got 4 clinics.
Not too bad.
40, 50 years.
Yeah.
But then they just get all the meetings
Those days.
Which one's the fourth?
You don't get anything done.
Westwood, Kelly's and us.
So then they jam all these.
Channel and
You know, we've been here 50 years and 40, 50 years.
And Monday.
That's just, that's painful.
Wednesday.
So this or so that.
Tuesdays are off.
Yeah,
So exactly.
you know, although they're the department.
So like,
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes those routines of like 4 days down to like 2 days.
And when I was coming in and
Yeah.
spoke,
My mother.
pops,
Kind of happens, that's what you do it or you don't.
such as been sick.
Where like lock really lays on,
Quite frankly,
oh, yeah, business support.
we do see snap guys, they were given some ARPA money.
I think we'll probably get paid from someone.
Yeah.
I'm not getting it.
Fair to say that.
My cube is right on.
No.
Like I said, I have no problems. Here's the rub. I don't.
I'm like, how am I supposed to like, even get out of my work done
We
here?
don't have.
You better start.
Doing your work a little early.
Yeah, so you're gonna do the mail.
There's 2 sessions. This is gonna go quick. So at 7 o'clock.
I can hear you, but I can hear you, way on the other end. You know, I mean.
They had to make us.
To other public comment, it'll take us maybe 3 minutes to get
Oh.
done. It'll be super quick.
And then.
Feel free, please, to come up.
I
Use
just.
the mic track,
Somebody.
and share this back. If you want, I can take it as, I mean, either or whatever.
Well, it's just a question. I don't.
Even though we have an 8-foot wall between us.
All this stuff consistent now and using.
He has recused himself.
Well, it's It's just amazing.
Except
In the office?
here to talk, and then Frank answering the question.
There are a lot of people,
I did not.
there are a lot of people.
We're all like outside.
The certificate, I mean, that, checking.
I
We had like an all office lunch.
That really complicates our, like.
They'll take my clients and
They thought they would just throw them in the car.
and a portion of the funds. I'm getting subsidized by everybody putting in as a chair. So I just,
We have.
we had a big meeting with them, I don't know.
But then we have all of us, yeah, well, all of us in there.
You should, you should. That would be.
We're supposed to go. There's a specific reason. I'm.
We get out and somebody's like, we gotta go, anyone doing us?
Like, you know, if you want to work early, oh, you can, sorry.
They
You know, if you want to work early,
full range of appointments for, it's for, you know, problems. But at a portion of the cost.
You know, actually,
Because they're subsidized.
You know what it is, I didn't realize.
my current workflow, if it continues to be like that, I can absolutely.
But not being in there.
As a government entity,
I don't mind. I mind
we should
continuing.
use $10 for
Oh,
it either. That's,
yeah,
we
but I'm like, yeah, I'm the one who wants to, I don't care if you're giving a church. You know, we're gonna still do what we do. As a business. Understand. We have, you know, 2 new owners. Wait, Western had a, you know, a new owner and, you know, as that saying, you know.
Yeah, we got all our names.
New practices.
do you want to come up with that?
I don't mind having a brief discussion, I just don't understand the meaning of it. Is this the right time to question?
Absolutely. Yep, when I get to item 10, I'll call you.
I'm not an expert on the plan. And that has been approved, or that has not been approved? Or?
It has not come.
So I guess I'm not going to ask the wisdom.
I'm coming.
That was her. Thank you. It's probably my husband.
It's my favorite vet and my favorite dog. So she's taken care of my family for decades. All right.
Good evening all, it is 7:01. I will call our Monday, March 11th, 2024 City Commission meeting to order. I'd like to invite Commissioner Chase to deliver the invocation, lead us in the pledge of allegiance, please.
Shall we pray? Dear Heavenly Father, tonight as we gather for our City Commission meeting, may we remember all those who are not with us tonight. We are grateful for our weather this spring with a reminder that warmer times are coming. Thank you for the protection over all of our staff at the city, those who run our day-to-day jobs, as well as our first responders. Please guide our thoughts and comments tonight in this meeting. In your name, amen.
Thank you. I'd like to invite everybody to stand and join us for the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. If I could please ask our clerk to call the roll.
Mayor Carey,
Present.
Commissioner Gilbert,
Present.
Commissioner Babcock, Commissioner Chase, Commissioner DeShane.
Present.
And I would like to ask for a motion and support for the approval of the absence of Commissioner Grovers and Commissioner Burke, who was unexpected at the last minute. So,
I will make that motion.
I'll support.
Commissioner Shane, Commissioner Chase, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you all. Next on the list is approval of the minutes from February 26, 2024 City Commission. Is there any discussion, clarifications of minutes? Seeing none, I entertain a motion for approval and support, please.
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Babcock, Commissioner Gilbert, all those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed? So I'm struggling multitasking here, folks. First is, item next on our list is public comment on agenda items. Seeing none from the audience. Next on the list is consent agenda. Items A and B, expenditures in the amount of $1,863,361.63. And the second is the approval of the construction manager contract for the new Walker Library that we discussed at the 6:30 committee of the whole meeting. Is there any other discussion on said items? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion for approval and support, please.
I'll make a motion.
I'll support.
Commissioner Chase, Commissioner DeShane, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, we are good to go. Next on the list, item 9, resolutions. Resolution 24-706 is to approve the contract 24-5010 between the City of Walker and Michigan Department of Transportation for the Center Drive and Weatherford Drive Roundabout. We discussed this at our committee of the whole meeting at 6:30. Is there any other discussion on said agreement? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion for approval and support, please.
So moved.
Commissioner Gilbert?
Support.
Commissioner Babcock? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Resolution 24-706 is passed. Thank you. Next is Resolution 24-707, appointment of Roy Byrne to the Planning Commission. I shared the background of the 6:30 committee of the whole meeting. Mr. Byrne joined ZBA recently, and due to an unexpected resignation from the Planning Commission, and I would like to thank Mark Davey for his many years of service to the Planning Commission, tremendous contributions over the years. This will be filling that spot, and then on our next City Commission meeting, we will have a couple of appointments to the ZBA, but not this evening. So the tonight is moving Mr. Byrne from the zoning board to the Planning Commission, which has been what the kind of that career path, if you will, that we've kind of established. So if there's no discussion on said appointment, I'll entertain a motion for approval and support, please.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll support.
Commissioner Babcock, Commissioner DeShane, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? All right, next is other public comment. Chairman McConnell. And the microphone is up there, is live. And then for the good of our audience on the video session, if you just share your name and the business.
Sure. I'm Dr. Eleanor Jones. I'm the owner and practice at Schmitz Animal Hospital on 3 Mile Road. My concern is recent information that's been provided to me by community members that CSNP is going to move into a building that was the building that had Pop's Restaurant and so forth. The concern of me as a practice owner is, and I'm assuming is also with the Kelly's Animal Clinic, Standale and Westwood, is that CSNP does not only do spays and neuters for low-income people, which I've always applauded, but has now expanded their practice in terms of providing vaccinations, exams, and now even problem exams at a lowered cost, financed entirely, I assume, by the community. And that is unfortunately difficult for those of us who are in private practice, trying to prove to be good practice owners, providing good salaries for our employees, certainly trying to participate in our area and our community, while a charity will be considered operating within, a few miles at a substantially discounted price with no limits on income in any way, shape, or form. So I think that's a significant concern, and I was curious if the council had any concerns about that as well.
Thank Thank you, and I will only follow-up discussion with you. I know we're in process right now, there's not been final plans, not that I'm aware of, brought forth on anything yet, but I know you're not the first one to share the concerns about it, but I think what I'd like to do is do a little bit of homework, circle back with you on where we're at specifically in the process. Off the top of my head, I don't want to misspeak and say something out there, but I think the concerns are very fair to be noted, given the proximity of 4 long-standing businesses in the area. As I just joked as we started the meeting a minute late, was the Dr. Jones, Dr. Timber, and Dr. Schmidt way back have all done very well for my family and taking care of my dogs. Sometimes in the, seem to remember maybe a Sunday night at 11 at night or something that you and I shared a room too, one of the dogs, but that being said, it's a legitimate concern, and we understand it. The voices are hearing that up here. Let's find out what that process looks like and where we're at in that. And the comments tonight definitely are noted by the commissioners.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Seth. All right. Anything else, Chief? You want anything? Welcome back.
Sure.
Yeah, come on up.
Why not?
Dr. Jones, we almost got out of here in record time.
Oh, you missed me the first time around.
Yeah.
So, no, just this morning I went to a Grand Valley Advisory Board meeting. So Grand Valley is basically going to be moving their police academy off campus. So they end up getting the Meyer campus in Holland that Grand Valley owns. Those who are familiar with that, is going to become the new Police Academy Training Center. So we talked about the location at 3 Mile in Bristol that we were hoping for through GRCC. That didn't work out. So Grand Valley basically stepped up now. They went forward with their process. So everything will be moving to Holland with the for the whole Police Academy and for hopefully area-wide trainings. We were told today, though, with the caveat that if we were to use those buildings, there will be a cost. So that didn't settle real well with us. So since we provide the students for their academy, now they want to turn around and try to even charge us to use that place. So more to come on that, but it is approved, it is out there. They started the construction already today on it. With the Fall Academy probably getting pushed out there right away. So, so more to come on that. So, but that is where it's going to be held.
Awesome. And I think our, however this all shakes out with the fee-for-services piece, disappointed we didn't get this in the community because it should have been done. And just due to some circumstances, and I respect the decision of the GRCC board. Didn't agree with it at the time, still don't agree with it because it belonged here in the city, but here we are.
Yeah, yeah, it's not the best idea, you know, for us to drive to Holland. It's quite the drive for our people to go out there, so I don't know how much we'll be taking advantage of it, unless, you know, if it's cost effective, we will, but it is a drive to get out there, so you start talking about some of that stuff, so, yep, and then that's about it, you know, we're just dealing with some protesters and some more planning on that, you know, so they're coming back, they're starting to hit some other businesses. GE Aviation's on the list out by the airport, which we found, it's on Facebook, so they're gonna be next getting protested, and so we have a planned meeting again countywide to get ready for some more as the year goes on, so, yeah, good, that's about it.
Awesome. Yeah, Chief, appreciate it. Any questions on that? All right. Seeing none, I'll come around the horn one more time. We'll start down here, City Engineer. Commissioner Gilbert, Commissioner Babcock. Boom, boom. Good. Dr. Jones, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. We'll do follow up with you. Do I have a motion and support to adjourn, please?
I'll make a motion.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. We stand adjourned. Thank you.